Good morning, everyone. Futures Brizio here. It is just about 10 a.m. on Thursday, June 27th, and I just figured I'd do a quick setup here on what we've had so far this morning, which isn't a heck of a lot. So let's just jump right into it. Before we get started, make sure you ring that, please smash that like button, and also if you're just finding the channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification so you get notified when I post new content, which isn't a heck of a lot, but I am trying to be a little bit more consistent with it. So we'll just jump right in. So this is gold, and this is the 5 minute chart. Again, when using Heikin-Ashi smooth candles, if we zoom out a little bit here, um, we do have not a lot looking to the left in terms of major supply areas or resistance areas. And so if we zoom out a little bit more, here's the 30-minute chart. We do have this level sitting up here on the 30-minute chart. And again, guys, these vertical lines just represent 7 a.m. New York time. It's just to kind of give me a guide, because that's about when I start looking at the charts. So when I jump on, I just have a little bit of a reference point, but that's all it means. So but this vertical line up here, but there's not a lot really to keep it from getting up there. So although gold really hasn't done much in the last hour or so, it's been pretty much just moving sideways, as you can see from these wicks and the sideways action on the Heikin-Ashi. Uh, my my gut on this is that, especially considering the bullish price action during the overnight hours, that this probably will continue to go up. But right now it's pretty quiet, but I am keeping an eye on that. And then for copper, if you look at copper, we'll go out to the 10-minute chart. I do have this area drawn right here. I'm not really sure if that's going to really be an area that holds, um, because it is a bit random on the chart. Obviously, it had an impulsive push away. So, but I do have that line drawn right there. And, I could easily just push this up to here too and say that, this was the last major swing before this low was put in. But if we look at what copper is doing now on the shorter time frame, you can see we definitely are running into resistance here. I'm not jumping in short right now, but I do think it's worth keeping an eye on copper for a potential short at some point this morning. If it does run up again, then this would be the target area further up, which if we put on the candlesticks, you can see we wicked out up in this area anyway, so that might have been the high put in right there. But you can see also down here, you can see this wick here is, that there's potentially, support being found right here, in this sideways pattern. So there's definitely a push-pull going on with copper right now, which is very obvious looking at the Heikin-Ashi sticks with everything kind of moving sideways and lots of wicks on both sides here. But at the same time, some of the bearish candles seem to be a little bit more impulsive in terms of not having wicks on the top. Most of the bull candles like these, you can see all have wicks on the bottom, which generally suggests weaker price action. So again, I'm not making any conclusion on this right now, but it is definitely running into some issues here in terms of trying to go higher. So we'll see. So I'm maybe leaning a little bit bearish on copper and maybe a little bullish on gold. And then on the Dow, let's turn off these candles for a sec. So the Dow, I don't usually trade these indices at all in the first half hour, but overall I'd say pretty bullish right now looking. Although we did run up to this zone here to the left. You can see right here we ran up and rejected off of that. It is trying to push back again. So if we get past this area right here, then I probably will consider looking for long positions on the Dow for the session. If we don't, like I said, if we can clear this area entirely, right here, above these wicks, and we can get a good break above here, then that probably would suggest that this will go higher on the session. But you can see, it hasn't been able to do that yet. And oftentimes we do see with these indices an initial liquidity sweep somewhere, and then price goes the opposite way. So we'll have to see. Um, we went pretty much just sideways for most of the overnight session. We had a little run down early, and then it just kind of moved sideways, which is pretty typical. So I don't really take any of this into account. So yeah, so that's about it on the Dow. Nothing really to offer in terms of a trade right now on any of these. So although again gold is still looking pretty bullish, and it looks like it's trying to break out higher again as we speak. So I might jump into a long on that one. And again, copper is not really doing anything. So we'll keep you posted potentially later on these, but that's a quick look at those three assets this morning so far, just early on in the session. And that's it. All right, guys, questions, comments, leave them down below. Smash that like button, and we'll be back and chat with you soon. Thanks.